Hello everyone, this is Charlexel and welcome to another deck guide on channel Duello. This will be my second deck guide this season, I guess. Yeah, right, okay, I already shot one because I was not sure about it for a second. Anyhow, so Nilfgaard today. Well, what happened to Nilfgaard this season? Are there any changes? Yeah, there are some changes to spy cards, but I still think playing with only spy theme is just not enough in this meta. And another buff to an archetype is poison, or to be more precise, masquerade ball decks. And I think that's more playable compared to a solid compared to just spying deck. And Nilfgaard didn't receive any nerfs, so it is still possible to play assimilate decks, so that's also an option. But if you're looking for something different, I would definitely recommend playing Masquerade Ball. And what are the changes to Masquerade Ball decks? Well, this guy has changed, and he's quite powerful right now. Philip van Moorlehem. This card was one of the worst cards in the game before this buff happened. Now he's a totally different card. Let's take a look at it. So let's just skip this part first. The order ability gives doom to an enemy unit. Well, I mean, it doesn't look impressive, right? But if it already has a status, you can lock it instead. So instead of giving dooms. Okay, so if you manage to give a status to a unit before playing this, it's really nice. You get the option to lock it. But if it already has more than one status, and then you can poison it instead. And while playing Nilfgaard, it is totally possible. You can give spying, lock units. You don't give Veil, but there are some units like defenders and Veils and so on. So there are some units already has status on it. And with 2 status, you can poison it instead. And has a cooldown 1. This guy can keep doing this. Like, if there are no status on the board, you give doomed, and then the next turn you lock it, and then the next turn you can poison it. And if there are some poison cards, in your deck, you can obviously complete the poison. So Felipe is really powerful. And if you have a vampire on the board, this guy comes with Zeal. So that's also really good. And if there are 2 status, you can immediately poison a unit when this guy has Zeal. And it will be really also nice to have a few vampires in your deck, although this is not a monsters deck. So a lot of versatility on this card. And although you can easily respond to this guy. This guy doesn't have Veil or anything like that, so you just lock it. And right now in the meta, almost every deck can answer this guy. But still, especially if you can manage to get the Zeal condition, and maybe a couple of turns this guy can survive. And if he survives until the end of the round, you probably win the game. He is that powerful, and only for 8 provisions. Well, you could play defender to protect Philip actually, but when you play defender, what are you gonna remove from this deck? So that's also another problem. Okay, so what about other cards? Are there any changes to the other cards here? I'm looking at it. Yeah, there is one change. This card has been reworked. Van Moorlehem Servant. So a lot of additions to Van Moorlehem house. So this servant is just 4/4/4, but the deployability is really interesting. Copy all status from an enemy unit to another enemy unit. But you just copy them, you don't just move them. So the statuses remain on the card. So keep that in mind. So if there is poison on a unit, you can copy the poison to another unit, which is really good in this deck. And also, this card can boost self by the number of statuses copied. So if there are 2 statuses, this will be a 4 or 6, and also you can copy a lock or a poison. Actually, copying a lock could maybe work better and your leader is imprisonment, so anytime you can lock a unit and create a status. So that's the reason we're playing this leader. I think you should either play imprisonment or the other leader. What was the name? I keep forgetting. Enslave. Yeah, no, not enslave. I'm sorry, imposter. Imposter is also an option, but I mean, imposter has one chart, so imprisonment is kind of better, slightly better. And other than that, what do we have? Well, as you see, the two cards are really good with statuses, and particularly poison. So you need to have some poison cards in addition to Masquerade Ball. So we're kind of using our old friend Van Moorlem's Cupbearer here. This card used to be a staple before the all the crazy assimilate cards been printed, and it's good to see this guy back. And also, when you add Cupbearer, you also add 2 Fangs traditionally. So we have these guys back again. So it is kind of a nostalgic deck, to be honest with you. And also, since we're playing Masquerade Ball, we are going to need some aristocrats. And Philip is an aristocrat, so we got to add some more aristocrats. And we don't have to play, a lot of bronze aristocrats this time, but still I'm playing 2 of them because they are vampires. The hunter for additional luck, and also Thirsty Dame. She is a vampire, and with your leader, she can immediately boost herself to 5. And what about our gold aristocrats? Well, we have Usurper. The 3rd form of Usurper Emperor is an aristocrat, so it is really preferable to play this card in the final round to trigger the Masquerade Ball. And also the other ability is also nice. Whenever you play an agent, this card boosts self by 1, so you could get a couple of additional points, especially when you play Masquerade Ball after Usurper. So that's nice. And we have Jean Calveit, who is an aristocrat, but this is not an enslaved deck, so that's why we don't have lots of tactics. But we can't just add 2 tactics and hope to have Jean Calveit in our hand, so we gotta have some tactics. And what are the tactics we're running here? Well, Coup de Grace is still here, even though we're not running Mage Torture and cards like Terra Nova and so on. We still have some targets. I'm going to talk about those. And what about other tactic cards? A single remedy, an assassination, and 2 imperial diplomacies, and 2 tourney jousts. So a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 tactic cards, which is not bad. You usually draw your Jean Calveit in the first round, or worst case scenario as the first card in the second round. So that's nice, I guess. But you usually kind of, save these bronze cards. I mean, you don't play these bronze cards, and when you play Jean Calveit, they go to the bottom of your deck, so hopefully you don't draw them much. But in some matchups, they may be really helpful. Anyhow, so let's go back to the gold cards. We are running Joachim the Vet. He is an aristocrat, but he doesn't trigger Masquerade Ball after the change they did like a year ago. And but Joachim will pull 2 of your cards from your deck, and with Jean Calveit he's a much better card because you know what you're drawing after you play Jean Calveit, so it's not an RNG card anymore. So that's why when you play this, you should always play Joachim. And there is Vincent. Vincent is your toll punish card. I mean, there will be plenty of status to pick from. You just gotta, wait for the right moment to play Vincent. He also triggers, Masquerade Ball, and also he's the, he's a vampire. I think he's. I haven't played the expansion, but he is the father of Philippi, I guess. So there's some family reunion going on here, and I guess their mother is printed on this card, Ophelia van Moorlem. I wish they printed a card for her as well. And then what about the other gold cards? We are running obviously Invocation, so there is no Nilfgaard deck without Invocation. And then we're also running Fergus. Uh, this is a devotion deck, so running Fergus makes sense here. And also he gives spying, and he's an aristocrat, 7 for 7, triggers the masquerade ball. And there will be some cases you may not find a really good coup de grace target, although your leader could help you with that in some cases. And after you play Fergus, you can just coup de grace any target you want. So that's a really good option, I guess, in this deck. Fergus is pretty good. And then for thinning purposes and somehow, if you could draw them, you may not lose on even when you're playing Masquerade Ball. And the Masquerade Ball decks did not have Blight Makers back in the day, and they always lost when they were playing on Blue Coin and so on. But right now, Blight Maker and Mage Assassin combo especially helps with that. And I guess we talk about each of the cards here. And the stratagem is Magic Lamp. I mean, there's no other option here. That's you don't want to boost your units, so you kind of want Magic Lamp. And when you're struggling with proactivity, you can, play Tourney Joust on that worst case scenario. And that's the deck here. And I played several games on rank 1 today with this deck. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, shoot a high quality match here. So hopefully after this, I'm gonna go to pro rank and we'll get better, games to capture, I hope. Still, there were some interesting games, and I'm also gonna add a blooper kind of, game there. So we have 2.5 games to share with you. Okay, see you at the end of the video, and bye. Okay, I'm facing a movement deck, Guerilla Tactics. So it's probably Elder shit. I like this hand actually. Minus Masquerade Ball. Let's keep this. Okay, and let's see if the opponent is gonna find Saskia. I'm just gonna kill that. It's just too sexy. I think I have the potential to win an even here. And that play doesn't look like he has Saskia. I was playing the version with what was it, Amnesty. I wish I kept it. I mean, I could lock that. I think I'm gonna do that. And at least prevent the opponent to keep playing bombs in this round. Patron, sure. Let's just hit that. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for Jean Calveit here and then draw some of my key cards. And then play these Blight Makers. And hopefully save Masquerade Ball. Let's draw one more card. That's enough. Gonna start with Blightmaker and lose 2 points, but that's fine, I guess. That's definitely Alzur deck. I could go for 2-0 here, by the way. But I don't have an invocation.
War will be our downfall. This I have seen.
So we just lock that. Should I play Sentry or Matron? I think Matron will play for more. I mean, I could play Sentry on melee row. That was my thought process. Yeah, bump. I could go to that, but that doesn't make too much sense, right? Okay, I'm gonna poison Mahaka Marauder. Well, that's nice. What happened there? Okay, someone just screwed up big time. So what does he have left in his hand? I'm gonna keep going then. Is this wrong deck building, or he doesn't? Or I think he has all the units he needs to draw. What is going on here? I think the rest of the hand is units. Yeah, that's what's happening here. I mean, I could go for Masquerade Ball here, seriously, and probably win the game. Interesting. Interesting, really. I'm up by 15 points. It is just too crazy if I do this, right? I mean, I could play this and then... well, they're usually running Heatwave. So maybe the opponent does not have Heatwave in his hands, and then I could, you know, just play Masquerade Ball and then play double Joachim and get these out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. I mean, Saskia not spawning units is a huge problem here for the opponent. Of course, not for me. And all he has are units. But there's the other one. Unfortunately, I cannot. Wait. How the heck this gets spawned here? And why didn't we get a spawn in the first round? Ah, okay. So I killed the marauder. That's what happened. Okay, I understand. Anyhow, I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, this is gonna be really interesting because I can now lock that. That's good. I mean, I'm gonna have a really good short round with usurper in case. Here comes Simlas. Okay, so there is a status there. Let's wait. Let's do something like this. No, we can finish that off as well. I think this is a 2-0. He had Heat Wave and he didn't use it on Masquerade Ball. What a crazy choice there. Probably passing is not the right choice, but I just wanted to see, you know, Alzor coming up. And see if it's gonna be enough points. I mean, my victory is pretty much guaranteed. I could have poisoned that, obviously, with Philippe. So does he have enough for the last card? Wow, pretty good calculation there. Impressive. But I have the last say. What happened to this guy? Okay, I'm not sure if coup de grace will be good here. Okay. Opponent can use his bomb here. Yeah. And if there's another bomb. So, game's over. It's kind of meaningless to do that. The only victory condition is here if I slip my hand and, you know, accidentally click on something else. Still, maybe I should have, you know, played the usurper as well and the, you know, as the last card, but I kind of wanted to play safe here. Okay, facing monsters, Arachas Swarm. It is a horrible match. Why would anyone play Arachas Swarm? These are pretty bad. I don't need Masquerade Ball in the first round. Poisons aren't great either. I think that should do. I actually have 3 poisons in my hand. I don't need that much, do I? Okay, so we could see a Predator dive here. So in order to avoid that, I mean, I'm gonna, you know, click on this. At least it's gonna be a 5-point loss instead of an 8. What the hell is this? Oh, that's a solid poison target. Yeah, I think I should have played Thirsty Dame before that. Okay. Leader and a spontaneous evolution. Why would you play this card? Okay. Let's complete the poison there. Oh god. I must win and even at all costs. So that's the mentality of these players here. So I think Mamuna is not a bad card to invocate. Well, opponent is already at an advantageous position. Why would you waste your short run potential like that? And despite that, the opponent still could win, and that's the nature of the game right now, and he's using everything here. What is going on here, seriously? Why are you playing your victory conditions here? I mean, what is wrong with you, seriously? Let's just kill that with Vincent. And punish the greed. What a joke. Playing against Elfguard, and it's imprisonment as well. So it's probably Masquerade Bow. And if the opponent is playing Heatwave, I'm screwed. I'm on red coin and I have doubled Blightmaker. I could go and try to, you know, win an even here. I have Poison Package, double Tourney Joust as an uninteractive place. I really like this hand, and I don't want to take another mulligan because, you know, I don't want to draw my second Mage Assassin, although the chances are quite low since I sent one of them back to the deck. But still, you never know. Okay, opponent's thinking a lot, and that's nice. Well, nice poison target there. And I'm gonna take advantage of that. Why in God's name would you play that stratagem? Just to do this? Unfortunately, I can't kill that. I mean, I thought about killing it, but Tourney Joust isn't enough. I don't have Assassination. And playing this as a main deck card is just insane. There are so many better 4 provision cards. Why would you play this? It's really not that. Okay, I'm gonna play this. And then play the Blightmakers. Maybe I should have gone for Imperial Diplomacy and look for a Purify. Nice. A very good Tourney Joust target there. I have it used by Blightmakers and I'm up by 8 points. Interesting. Okay, that's really bad. You know what? I'm not gonna play my Blightmakers yet. Okay, it's not gonna hit a death blow. Well, I think I'm gonna use this. You know, just in case I use Vincent. but I think it's too much if I do that. Okay, 10 points difference here. Another great tourney joust target. The opponent is actually playing these cards main deck, Master of Puppets. Wow, was that another tourney joust? So I will have last say. I kinda want to push here. Cause the opponent's deck is kinda weird. What if I play my Fergus here? And save Blightmaker? Or play Vincent? I mean, I will have last say. Opponent needs to play a 6 points here. And he probably needs to play a big card here. Or leader plus a bronze. What is this? Welcome to... I really apologize for the quality of the videos today. I mean, I should have pushed harder last season and, you know, finish in top 100, I guess. I mean, not top 100, 500. Okay, the thing is, you know, my dry pass card will be really good here. What can you do? It's just the way it is. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if your opponent, yeah. Okay, so this is what Colgrim. Ah, okay, now I realize it's an 8 point, like, okay. Yeah, we can just lock Colgrim here. Why would you play decks like these? Makes no sense. I'm just gonna lock it. What is this? And you know what? I can even coup that after that. Wow. I have what, like last 5 say or something like that? What the hell is this game? I really don't know what to say here. The bad thing is this, you know, opponent has been exposed here, like playing criminally bad. Okay, I'm just gonna start with this first. I have plenty of aristocrats. The opponent didn't concede for some. Okay, I really apologize for the quality of content. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that's it. Well, I think I, you know, gotta play some games and move to pro ladder, and hopefully the next videos will come from pro ladder. Although pro ladder isn't much better, you know, compared to rank 1/3. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless here. Anyhow, so I mean, I just tried to, you know, display the current state of, you know, Masquerade Ball. It is playable, but at the end of the day, I still wanna, you know, play Double Cross, you know, that classic deck. I think it's better compared to Masquerade Ball, and a lot of people are running Heatwave, so keep that in mind. So it's not a good sign. And why is that case? Well, plenty of people are playing Siege, so it is normal that people are, you know, running Heatwave, and as a result, you know, Masquerade Ball is getting worse. Although my ball didn't get Heatwave at all in these games. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and hope to see you on another deck guide on Channel Duello.